math lovers. Welcome to notes number 19, lesson 1.2, linear equations with one variable. Before I get going today, this is a complete review lesson. What I'd like you to do is to copy down the 4 problems that I have here and then go ahead and pause the video so that you can give them a shot and then turn it back on and make sure you have the right answers. Okay, so this would be the spot where you go ahead and pause it. All right, welcome back, math lovers. Hopefully you did those 4 problems and you got some answers. Real quick, I'm going to go through these. So this would be 4x, distribute the 4, minus 8 minus 13 equals, distribute the 5, which would be 30x plus 5. If we were together in the classroom, I probably would put these on the chalkboard and I'd have one of your classmates come up and go ahead and solve them. But, you know, can't do that. So anyway, I would move this, I did that wrong, 18, 19, 20, 21, that would be 21. Gosh, good thing I'm not a math teacher or anything. And then I'm jumping the gun here on the 26. So I'd bring the 4 over, subtract 4x from both sides. I'd subtract the 5 from both sides. And so I'd have negative 26 is equal to 26x, and therefore x is equal to negative 1. Now I want you to stop and think, this is the part I'm adding. Is this a good answer? Let's put this back in. Does it work? You go through, mentally check it. I'm a big fan of taking that answer. Negative 1 would be negative 3. 12 minus 13 to negative 1. Over here, you've got negative 6 plus 1, negative 5. You know, does that answer work? Yeah, you go ahead and you put it back in. It's going to work for you. Negative 6 plus 1 is 5. That's going to be your answer. So, you know, take some time, check your answers, make sure you're right. Over here on this one, what you would do is I would find the common denominator. Hopefully you did that. And I would multiply everything through by the LCM, the least common denominator here, which would be x times the quantity x plus 1. And if you did that here, notice that your denominators would fall out and I would be just left with 3. Here, if I multiply these together, the x plus 1's fall out, so I'd be left with 7x. And then if here, my x's would fall out, so it's 3 times the quantity, x plus 1. So we're ready to go ahead and solve. This would be 3x plus 3. I've got 3 plus 7x. Okay, your 3's are going to go ahead and you're going to fall out. If I subtract 3 from both sides, bring the, let's see, 7x. Let's subtract 3x from both sides. So I have 4x is equal to 0. And of course, if I divide both sides by 4, x is equal to 0. All right, great. Now let's stop and look at our answer. Is this a good answer? Can I put 0 back in here for my denominator? Absolutely not. 0 is not part of the domain. It's one of those restricted values. So this is a bad solution. Okay, this is a bad solution. It's not in the domain. My denominator cannot be equal to 0. Therefore, it has no solution. All right. So you would say no solution, or you could just say empty set, you know, with nothing in that set, if like that. All right. Coming down here to the bottom, notice how similar the 2 problems are. I have you looking at both of them. Notice the only thing that I changed here is here I have the negative in the parentheses. Here I have a plus. So I've got 9x minus 10 is equal to 5x. Distribute 2, so that's 4x minus 10. 9x minus 10 is equal to 9x minus 10. Look at that. They're exactly the same, right? I could go through and I could subtract 10 from both sides. I could move the 9 over to have 0 equals 0. This is a true sentence. It's true. All right, because it's true, I can say my solution is all real numbers. Okay, over here, I'm thinking, just because we did that problem, I'm thinking this is not going to go quite the same way. This would be 10. So I have 9x minus 10 equals 9x plus 10. Let's go ahead and subtract the 9x from both sides. And so, my friends, these fall out. Pachoo, pachoo. So it'll be negative 10 is equal to 10. Is that a true statement? Absolutely not. All right, this is false. It is a false saying. There is absolutely no way I could do that. So therefore, there is no solution. All right, with an N, no solution, or I could say it's the empty set. All right, so, you know, I know you know how to solve equations. You would not be in my Honors Algebra 2 class if you didn't know how to solve an equation. But my caution to you today as we go through these equations with one variable is to go back and check your answers. Check to make sure that your 0 is not in the denominator. Make sure that you have a true sentence. Back when Algebra 1, you had tons and tons and tons of problems that look like that. Now that you're in Algebra 2, not so much. Have fun, kids.